Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Executive Buying Weekly Market Wrap for May 19th. Let's get into it and see what we were able to pick up this week. So, going through a bunch of smaller companies that we saw insiders buying shares of, this happened to be the best one that I saw. It was a company called Fresh Pet Incorporated. They make dog food and cat food, so not too complicated what they do. We added them at a price of $13.90. They trade on the NASDAQ under the symbol FRPT, and we think we can get this thing up to around 1650, but we're holding a pretty tight stop loss on this, just because of the spike up here. We want to make sure that this isn't a quick pop and drop. And in fact, from a technical viewpoint, um, not that I fall in love with this, but it's actually a flagging pattern. And normally, what happens in a flag is you tend to get a breakout to the upside, and the flag tends to be the middle of the move. So if that's the case, that gets us up to about 1650, and that's where I got the price target from. So insiders, okay. So the CEO, William Sear, purchased $100,000 worth of the stock at 1375. And last time that we saw he was buying shares, he was actually buying his stock at $11.07 just 2 months ago. So if you go back to March, he stepped in and he purchased his stock right about this level here. So it went higher and now he's buying again. Now it's always great to see, and you heard me say this before, when an insider's buying shares into strength, it's a great thing. He doesn't have to buy, he's not forced to buy. He's buying it because he thinks it's even going to go higher after a 24% move in 2 months. The one note on this is that the volume's a little light. It trades about 100 and some odd thousand shares per day. So you could get in and out. It's just that if you're going to trade with big lots or large orders, you're probably best to use a limit order just so that you don't get filled and lose 10 cents on the fill. So if you can, take a look at the limit orders and work that way. Now to go on to the overall market here. Once again, we had a nice move in the beginning of the week. And then Wednesday, we had, and we're looking at a daily chart here, by the way. This is of the NASDAQ 100. So Wednesday, we had a bit of a decline, and that decline had to do with people thinking that President Trump might actually get impeached. So that decline here happened on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We got most of it back, and then we started to see more negativity towards the end of the day today regarding news leaks and what he said to the Russian ambassador and so on and so forth. So essentially, there's a lot of noise, okay, happening right now. But the reality is we are in a long-term uptrend, okay? So there's been a lot of noise throughout the history of the stock market. There's always going to be reasons to sell. Wars and presidential issues, which you're experiencing now, currency manipulations, and all these different things. But the reality is, price is the only thing that pays us. So we might as well just pay attention to the price. And right now, we're sitting on approximately the all-time highs, or just about 1% below. So if you look at the S&P 500, this is also a daily chart of the spiders, which represents the S&P 500. We had a good start to the week, which is these 2 days right here, and then a big drop on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday. We started to fill that little gap that was dropped. So once again, same type of situation. If this big down day on Wednesday would have continued lower, it would have been a little more cautious, but we did rebound. Buying the dip seems to be in vogue for the last 9 years, and it seems to continue to happen. So what I will do is I'll just keep an eye on the overall market. If I start to see prices deteriorate, I'll be even a little more tighter with my stop losses on the companies that I'm looking at with the insiders. However, um, you just do it until it doesn't work anymore. And right now, buying the dip, being long, it's worked. It's worked for the last 8 years, 9 years, and we think it'll continue to work. So as far as everything goes here, what I will do is I'll continue to go out there and just keep in touch and let you know exactly what's happening with everything. So with the upside here, I think we have a possible continued upside, and then we take a look at one thing that I just wanted to end the week on, which was the Amazon. So this is interesting. I saw this during the beginning of the week. Amazon sales revenues, okay, were up a total of $160 billion in 2017. We're very close to it. Maybe not exactly, but close. The rest of the entire major retail stores, Dillard's, JCPenney, Nordstrom, Kohl's, Macy's, okay, they're just staying flat from 2010 through 2017, while Amazon goes from 20 billion to almost 160 billion. So this is quite an amazing situation, and it's a change in our economy, which is that we're lazy and we want to do everything that's easy for us. So you know what? Forget about picking up and going to the mall and walking around a mile and a half to try and figure out if you could find something that you like that they may not have in your size and so on and so forth. We'll just let UPS deliver it. So that's what's been happening with the economy, and that's been quite interesting. And you'll see here, this is an XRT, which is a retail ETF, I should say. And you could see we're not looking so healthy with this ETF. And this basically has all the big department stores in it. So if you look, we're in a pretty big downtrend. So there's some support down here, but the reality is retail stores better find a way to do things a little bit better than they're doing because they are at best not growing and a lot of them are going out of business. So um, I will definitely keep in touch with what's happening in this sector and look at what the insiders are doing. But overall, we still see insiders buying here and there. The market's still in a long-term uptrend. We'll just stick with what works, and I think that's the key to success here. So I appreciate you guys checking in. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.